what I can do, because I was feeling sad, even though I'm a migrant, I'm here for more than a decade. I'm so close to this country. The feeling of the patients will be struggling. When I came to know about pharmacists are shutting down, 4,000 to 5,000 New Zealand dollars they charge for the OPRA training. They come and do the training, and then for the exam they have to pay like 3,000 New Zealand dollars. When they pass, then they talk to them and they say this is only one step. They have already invested, right? And they cannot go back. It's a misleading aspect of the OPRA training organizations.
Kia ora and welcome everyone to the KETS podcast, where we talk and discuss about the New Zealand pharmacy industry. Today we are tackling one of the most pressing issues in Aotearoa, New Zealand's healthcare system, the growing shortage of pharmacists. According to New Zealand's health workforce plan, the country is currently short by around 1,000 pharmacists, representing 23% of the total need. And even with the current training pipelines, the shortage is expected to continue well into the decade. Recent workforce surveys paint a pretty gloomy picture as well. Over the past year, 94% of community pharmacies and 90% of hospital pharmacies reported staff shortages. These shortages are contributing to prescription delays, increased patient requests, and mounting stress across the pharmacy teams. And we can't ignore the human aspect of this, right? Pharmacists are now highlighting burnout, exhaustion, and a post-pandemic re-evaluation of the work-life balance. Many are seeking shorter work weeks now, and some, unfortunately, are leaving the sector altogether. To meet the demands, New Zealand is naturally welcoming overseas pharmacists, but even that option doesn't seem to work for us. Bringing us to today's key point of discussion: the current challenges faced by the migrant pharmacists to get registered in the New Zealand system. To shed some light on this topic today with us, we have Ms. Rajeswary Padmajan, the founder of KETS Consultancy Services, who is a pharmacist, a researcher in the field, and a mentor. Welcome to this podcast, Rajeswary. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you, Pritesh, for me. I feel so grateful that I'm here and I can talk about this.
Brilliant. And we're excited to hear about you.
Yeah.
Rajeswary, to kick things off, what inspired you to start the KETS Consultancy Services, and what was the specific gap in the New Zealand pharmacy industry that you set out to fill in?
Okay, thank you, Pradesh, for the questions. You really asked me two questions, two aspects. So one is, what's the reason why I found this KETS Consultancy Services? So I was focusing mainly on research. That's my passion. And I was dreaming of my own research organization. It's coming soon. Then I was working in corporate field, clinical trials mainly. So I really needed a break, and I wanted to do something to the community. Obviously, research, clinical trials help the community, but it's like not a immediate satisfaction, So I wanted to do something that I can passionately do, and I can feel it, and I can get that work satisfaction. So that's how I came to know about the shortage in the industry. And I thought about what I can do, because I was feeling sad, even though I'm a migrant, I'm here for more than a decade. I'm so close to this country. I feel about very proud about being in here. So when the feeling of the patients will be struggling, when I came to know about pharmacies are shutting down, closing down. Okay, so how then the healthcare will be balanced? the service can be provided like intact. Okay, so when I think about it, I was feeling, okay, what I can do to help this,
Right.
help the industry, and that's how this idea came to my mind.
Nice.
Even I tried once to register, but unfortunately there was 5 years I should have. Last 5 years, I should have 1 year experience. So that is, I didn't meet that because I was committed to the family and things like that. So little gap was there. Yeah. So I came to know how hard it is. The process.
Right.
Okay. And very rarely few overseas people I have seen registered. Very low in number.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I thought of how we can possibly implement, how we can do that. Actually, people come here on student visa or spouse visa, and then they do that. Okay, so I wanted to implement something we can directly, they can meet all the requirements back in their country and then come here and start working.
Right.
Yes. That was my plan.
It's a great idea.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I started working with one of the recruiters.
Right.
Yeah, and I was doing preparing the candidates, overseas pharmacists, and meeting all the regulatory requirements, and I used to refer them to the recruiter.
That's brilliant. I like what you say, that you're preparing the pharmacists while they are back in their country, and then you're trying to get them recruited here with all the systems, all the knowledge in place already.
Yes.
Right. So that's beautiful.
Yes.
And the second part of my question was, obviously you've discussed and talked about it, but the specific gap that you were trying to fill in.
Yes. So I would like to go back what you talk in the introduction. You said, overseas pharmacists are coming, but still it's not working. Okay, we will focus on that.
Right.
Yeah, why it's not working? That's where my idea of KETS Consultancy training program comes in. Okay, because the overseas people coming from a different practice. Okay, and from different country and different culture, and coming here to a new country, a new culture, and new practices. Definitely, New Zealand pharmacy system of practice is completely different.
Right.
Okay, and I'm so passionately talk about that, because how New Zealand pharmacists show their passion for serving the people.
Right.
So much sacrifice they do. I have seen it.
Right.
So I love that, how New Zealand pharmacies work. So I would like to, the overseas pharmacists who are coming should be into that standards.
Right.
It's different, It's different. So I can see that how from someone coming from Asian background, it's not easy. So as we discussed before, I was referring to the recruiters.
Yes.
Okay. Then I was just preparing them with only the regulatory requirements.
Right.
Okay. Then when I compare, how I can prepare them with the standards of practice in New Zealand, then this idea came to me. They need some more training.
Right.
Other than the regulatory requirements, they need some training. They need to go through some kind of a process so that they fit into the system.
Right.
Yeah. Then I developed a training program. Okay, I designed a training program with discussing with the pharmacies, what they expect and what are the problems they face when they hire the overseas pharmacist.
Right.
And that's how I came up with mainly cultural adaptation training.
Nice. That sounds
So,
great.
yeah. So I understand. So being here for more than a decade, I understand the culture and I love here. And I get that support and I get that acceptance always. I feel it. So definitely I know the culture in there and the culture in here. So I can blend it. I can understand, where you're coming from and what you need.
Right.
So I can fill the gap.
That's brilliant. I really like it. I really like how through your research, through talking to the pharmacies here, pharmacy owners, the challenges that they are facing training people, and also what they are seeing on the shop floor itself.
Yes.
You've seen what is missing and you have developed a training to fill that. And that's brilliant. I like it.
Yes.
That's very good.
Yes, I would like to add.
Sure.
I started like as a person or being a migrant, the cultural adaptation will help them. And I realized, when they start in the pharmacy, how about give them an orientation training on day-to-day activities of pharmacies? Okay, so that will help them. So this is other idea came to my mind, because when they start in the pharmacy, it will take like at least 5 to 6 months for them to settle down, to know about all the process. Okay,
Right.
how about if we give that some orientation and training beforehand, then they can settle down maybe in 1 month or 2 months.
Because they already know.
Yes.
a lot of it.
Then the resources are available
Yeah.
within 1 month or 2 months, other than waiting for 6 months.
Right.
So
right.
they are already struggling.
Right.
So they need resources. So how we can make it available as quickly as possible?
Right.
Yeah.
So I really like how you're saying that you have tried to expedite them being in New Zealand.
Yes.
A lot of training, they are getting adjusted to things
Yes.
and then the pharmacy technicalities of things. And when needed, they can very quickly fill the gap.
Yes.
Because they're already halfway through
Yeah,
what
exactly.
they need to do.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I like it.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
My next question to you is, we hear constantly about pharmacist shortage in New Zealand, like we talked about, yet there's a massive influx of overseas candidates taking the OPRA exam. So even though there's a shortage, we hear a lot of pharmacists are taking the OPRA exam. Where do you think is the disconnect?
I have approached by lots of overseas pharmacists who passed the OPRA training or
Right.
OPRA exam,
Right.
but they don't know what to do next.
Right.
And some are like approaching, like they have a few months to get it expired, because New Zealand, for New Zealand, OPRA has only 2 years validity.
Right. Okay.
Australia, it is more than that.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone is like influx is to Australia. They do all OPRA exam for Australia. So with the Australian process. And they're coming now. They realized Australia is no longer, there is no opportunities. So they're coming to New Zealand, and they are like, they have OPRA, so they can get into New Zealand. But it's not like that. It's OPRA is not. It's just one requirement.
Right.
There are lots of other requirements they have to meet.
Right.
Yeah. So like some are like, they do OPRA, and then they do the language training, and then they come for submit the application for initial assessment with the Pharmacy Council New Zealand, and still they may not know they have to go through legislation course.
Right.
So like it's little complex process, and the candidates, they are not sometimes aware of this, and there are misleading, it's a misleading aspect of the OPRA training organizations.
Right.
They advertise about this, and then they comes to know, and they start get training for OPRA, and it's too much. Like, I know, I have seen like 4,000 to 5,000 New Zealand dollars they charge for the OPRA training.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just the OPRA
Yeah,
training
just
itself.
for the training.
Wow.
And they come and do the training, and then for the exam they have to pay like 3,000 New Zealand dollars. So how much they spend already? Like
Right, it's
7,000
already
7,000 New Zealand dollars. So they invested that. Okay.
Right.
And then when they pass, then they talk to them and they say, this is only one step.
Ah,
Then they already invested, right? And they cannot go back.
right. Right.
And then they will listen to what they say.
And when you're talking about that, that's the recruiters?
No, it's the OPRA training organizations.
OPRA training organizers.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And that's also a problem. That's why, they train lots of people, like they do OPRA,
Right.
and they are there. They're available.
Right.
Okay. And then now, To be honest, I associated with one of the organization, and they came to know about my process,
Right.
and they withdrawn all their candidates from me, and then they started doing their own.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now, as you said, the influx
Right.
is very high.
Right.
Okay, and this is what we have seen last year. These lots of candidates like this. They did all this other process as well, because they know
Yes.
this organization came to know about what I do, and then they are preparing them. And these candidates, large numbers of people around there,
Right.
and then they started sending emails to all pharmacies.
Right.
And I went for a talk in South Island
Right.
about what we do, and how we can help pharmacies when overseas pharmacist comes.
Yeah.
Like a few of the pharmacy owners, they were like they didn't like people sending emails to them, and some of them received in their personal email.
Right.
Yeah, so they're so frustrated, and they ask me why they are receiving that.
Yes.
Do I have any connection? No, I don't have any connection.
Right,
I don't. I keep my standards. I
Correct.
whoever is with me, we directly connect with the pharmacies and we place them.
Right.
It's not we never do that, because we know New Zealand, it's not a right practice to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you represent the candidate rather than getting them to connect
No,
with the pharmacy owners.
No, we
So-
don't. I don't
Right.
do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating. No, I mean, lots of people ask me. So this is the answer.
Ah,
Yeah. So it's coming from overseas.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be, I experienced this, and still it didn't stop, because there are lots of other requirements to meet. I trained them as well. So I didn't get tightly packed with OPRA training as well. So that's why I was hiring OPRA trained people from these organizations.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And after this experience, I went to other organization to get the people,
Right.
the candidates, and the same thing happened.
Ah, okay.
So this time I finished 2 stages, because second stage, as I discussed, the training them on the day-to-day operations of the pharmacies.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and the cultural adaptation training, and now we do the communication coach, the consistently throughout.
Right.
The service of communication coach,
Right.
and the cultural adaptation, communication, and these are the aspects they need to get work on, and they need consistent support.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they came to know about this, and now I'm expecting they will do that too.
Other organizations will try and mimic what you're doing.
So they
Yeah.
withdraw all their candidates immediately.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm in a kind of legal battle, my copyright and things like that. Yeah. So
Okay,
we'll
okay.
see. I mean, it's waste of time, but people are doing it. It's in New Zealand, people won't do it, but it's overseas people.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So
I collaborate people from India.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what
Right.
happened. Yeah.
So it's not just the OPRA training that's needed
No.
by candidates
No.
to be successfully
Yeah.
placed in New Zealand.
Yeah.
But the misunderstanding is a lot of people think that's it,
Yeah.
and they want to start to just apply for jobs. But there's a lot of other things
Yeah.
that's not being done.
Yeah.
But now KETS Consultancy Services
we-
is trying to upskill them, train them,
Yeah.
so that they are pretty much ready to hit the ground when they move to New Zealand.
Exactly.
And I really like how you are incorporating the cultural adaptation, because as a migrant myself,
Yeah.
I know how difficult it can be settling into a foreign country.
Yeah.
But not just that, you've taken it a step further
Yes.
with the communication and leadership training,
Yes.
and that is brilliant,
Yeah.
which means they already are slightly exposed to the New Zealand way of communication and the confidence to connect with not just their pharmacy colleagues, but to face the customers.
That's the thing.
And that's powerful. That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's how I bring you into this picture.
Right.
Like how we can train them so that they can face the customers, they can deal with the customers in New Zealand way.
Right.
Yeah, and cultural adaptation. I introduced the difference in the healthcare system, and you know the main difference. Like I train them on self-reflection. You know, I mean, if you know someone an Asian and then coming here and then understand this culture, they will understand. You know, what's the significance of self-reflection.
Correct.
When you come starting the process, self-reflection, because how you feel.
Yeah.
How you feel now, you know, how the patient came and this, how you feel, you know, that's important.
Yes.
You know, I'm passionate about psychology. I'm so interested in psychology. So when you look at it's our emotions are connected to experiences. So that's what.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So, thank you for that. So, we learned that it's not just the OPRA training, there's many other trainings that a successful candidate needs to go through to be able to land a job as a pharmacist in New Zealand. That's
where it's not just job. We prepare them for job. They can start immediately.
Right.
Yeah, but the hard part is passing the final assessment.
Right.
Yeah. Right. That's where we see last year results. The May result is 66%.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And the December result was 84, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. But the overseas people, it's like huge failure.
There's still a big rate of failure.
Yeah. So like. It's hard for this shows it's really hard for overseas pharmacists to pass the final assessment. Right. That's where KETS is focusing right now.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We have very good trainers.
Right.
They can prepare them. It's not just the final assessment preparation. Right. It's a throughout. You know,
like
when they start, when they start enroll with KETS, we start the training.
Right.
Okay. We give them the OTC training, and we have a perfectly legend in the field. You know, she trained them throughout, like everything, every aspect. Even I also be there, and we discuss together. Like that's how I'm innovating my process now.
Right.
So it should not be the last moment preparation. It should be from when they enrolled with KETS, with starting with their OET training, OPRA training, their meeting the regulatory requirements, and going through their other pharmacy training,
Yes.
So, and they go through their internship. So they are with KETS for almost 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. See, that's what. So so compared to the training fees we charge, it's nothing. Because we support them, we train them throughout 2 years. They are with KETS.
That's brilliant. So you get them on a journey, and you're committed to work with them for the 2 years,
2 years,
as long as they pass the stages as it comes through. That's brilliant.
Yeah, because the requirements and the training and the placing to the pharmacy as a pharmacy graduate. Usually we do, all our people are placed. Only this year, few of them placed as intern. Otherwise, everyone placed as pharmacy graduate well in advance, so that they get exposure and they stick with the KETS. We give them the training.
Nice.
And 1 year they go through this process, and then only they go through the internship.
Right. So they come as a graduate for a year, and then they get into the internship journey.
Yes. It's 2 years we work with the candidates.
And you support them as a graduate and as an intern.
Yes.
So you're constantly working with them.
Yes.
Helping them in the pharmacy technologies, but also in their well-being as a human being.
Exactly.
I hear, right?
Yes, we have a psychologist,
Yeah.
dedicated psychologist, anytime, and we have sessions. She do sessions
Right.
how they can fit in New Zealand,
Right.
and then she's there anytime if they need any support. Yeah. So it's a long journey they have to
It
go
is
through.
a journey.
Yes.
Correct. No, that's wonderful, and I love it that despite it being a 2-year one, they have the assurance that KETS Consultancy Services will be with them journeying through, and not that they're just there 2 years, they'll be alone.
Yes.
And I really like that aspect of KETS Consultancy Services.
Yes, I would like to add one more thing.
Sure.
Yeah, internship, ITP, the Evolve program. It's run by Pharmaceutical Society New Zealand. They are doing an amazing job. And when it comes to overseas pharmacists, we would like to help them. What are their struggles? You know, when they comes to this, they struggle with the communication.
Right.
Okay, they struggle with the understanding because the cultural differences. You know, these are the things that's why we are putting them for 2 years for this.
Right.
So that then they will adapt. Okay, they
It
will
gives them
gradually.
that time.
Yes,
Correct.
yeah.
Right.
So that's where we are focusing. We support them throughout, even through their journey as a pharmacy graduate, their journey as intern.
Right.
We support them their struggles as a migrant pharmacist.